Long ago, in a crowded town filled with loud markets and restless streets, there lived a simple merchant named Amir. Amir was not wealthy, but he was honest and hardworking. Every single day, he carried his goods to the market, colorful fabrics, small shining ornaments, and hand-made pots. From morning till evening, he tried his best to sell them. Deep inside, Amir had a dream of a better life, a life filled with peace, stability, and success. But reality was different. No matter how hard he worked, his business barely grew. The money he earned was just enough to feed his family and keep a roof over their heads. Many nights, when the town became quiet and the streets were empty, Amir would sit alone by his window. He would look up at the sky filled with stars and wonder, will my life ever change? Will I ever achieve my dreams? These thoughts slowly made his heart heavy. One cold morning, as Amir was walking toward the market, something caught his attention. A small pigeon was lying on the ground. Its wing was injured and it struggled to move. It could not fly. Amir stopped. For a moment, he simply looked at the fragile bird. Then, without thinking twice, he bent down and gently picked it up. The pigeon looked at him with soft, trusting eyes. At that moment, Amir felt something shift inside him. He took the bird home. He made a small, warm place for it and carefully cleaned its wound. Day after day, Amir took care of the pigeon with patience and kindness. Slowly, the bird began to heal. Amir named it Noir, meaning light, because somehow this small creature had brought a new light into his life. Caring for Noir changed Amir. He began to notice small moments of joy, the gentle sound of the bird, its tiny efforts to move, its courage to try again even after being hurt. His heart softened. His mind became calmer. For the first time in a long while, Amir felt a sense of peace. He realized something important. Even the smallest act of kindness can bring deep happiness. One evening, as Amir sat outside his home, he heard the soft sound of wings. He looked up. Noir was flying. The little pigeon, once broken and helpless, was now strong enough to return to the sky. It flew down and gently landed on Amir's shoulder. In that moment, Amir felt something powerful. Hope. He understood, just like this small bird had healed and risen again, he too could rise from his struggles. The next day, Amir returned to the market, but this time, something was different. He carried not just his goods, but a new energy within him. He spoke to people with warmth. He worked with confidence. He smiled, even when things were slow. Gradually, people started noticing him. They saw his honesty, they felt his kindness, and slowly, his business began to grow. But the journey was not easy. There were still difficult days when customers were few and money was scarce, days when doubt tried to return. But every time Amir felt like giving up, he remembered Noir, a small bird who never stopped trying. One day, a wealthy merchant visited the town. He saw Amir's work and was impressed by both his products and his behavior. There was something genuine about Amir. The rich merchant made him an offer. "Come with me to the city. There are bigger opportunities there." Amir felt nervous, leaving his town, his comfort zone, his familiar life. It was not easy. But then, he remembered the wings of Noir. To fly higher, one must take a risk. With courage in his heart, Amir accepted the offer. In the city, life was tougher and faster. The competition was strong, and the work demanded even more effort. But Amir did not change. He stayed honest. He stayed kind. He kept believing in himself. Slowly but surely, his work began to shine. Over time, Amir became a successful and respected merchant. Years later, he returned to his hometown, but now he was no longer the same man. He had grown, not just in success, but in wisdom and peace. As he stood there, he looked up at the sky. A pigeon flew freely above him. For a moment, he smiled. He knew it was Noir. At that moment, Amir understood the true lesson of his journey. Life will always bring challenges. There will be pain, struggles, and moments of doubt. But if you hold on to kindness, if you find courage within, if you never lose hope, you can rise again, just like a small bird with a broken wing. This story reminds us of something simple yet powerful. Sometimes the smallest things teach us the biggest lessons. A kind act can change a life, hope can heal the deepest wounds, and belief can turn struggle into strength. Amir did not just become successful, he discovered something far greater, the power within himself. So when life feels heavy, when things do not go your way, remember this: even broken wings can learn to fly again, and even the smallest light can brighten the darkest night.